I shouldn't even look tired. Honestly, I just woke up from a 2-hour nap, and last night I slept from 8:30 till 6:30. But here we are. Welcome to the marathon. My name's Mare. Lace up and subscribe to my channel today. There's a little link down below to subscribe. Like 40% of people who watch my videos aren't subscribed, so if you could, that would be wonderful. Like I said, I just woke up from a nap. I was gonna vlog today and post it, but I woke up with a really sore neck and it gave me a migraine. Yesterday in yoga, we did this thing which I've never done before, where you do downward dog against the wall and then you physically put your feet on the wall and you're supposed to walk them up, which I physically could not do. You're supposed to make your body like an L shape, like this is your head on the ground and then those are your legs. I couldn't because my upper body isn't strong enough yet, but I think I really hurt myself, so got a migraine, hence the sleeping. And here we are. So instead of vlogging, I thought I would tell you the 7 books that I've read so far this year in January and February. It's been a goal of mine just to read more in general. Last year I wanted to read 15 books and I read 31. This year I didn't have a number goal. It'd be great to beat 31. My goal was kind of just like 2 a month, and I've read 7 so far. Why am I yawning? Last night I slept for 10 hours and I just had a 2-hour nap. What's happened? Need to catch up on my sleep. Okay. So I'm gonna go through the books that I've read this year. Right now I'm reading the Mare Reads Book Club pick, which is Girl Wash Your Face by Rachel Hollis. We are meeting on March 25th if you're interested in the Marathoner Facebook group to talk about it, and then I'll announce the next pick. This one is super easy. I think I only have about half an hour left. I'm listening to it. And she's got some great tips for sure. And then I just started physically reading the first in the Harry Potter series last night. I read about 2 chapters before I fell asleep at 8:30. The Philosopher's Stone, is that the first one? I've never actually read the entire series, so I'm excited to do so. My friend Suzanne and I are gonna do that together. So that's what I'm reading right now, but let's get to what I have read so far this year. So number 1 was The Judgement Detox by Gabby Bernstein. She wrote The Universe Has Your Back, which if you were gonna pick one of the 2, I would definitely pick The Universe Has Your Back. But The Judgement Detox was very eye-opening. I follow Gabby, and when she announced this book like a year or 2 ago, I was like, I need to read that, but I know that it's gonna really hit me close to home, as I think we're all judgmental as much as we try not to be. And so I put off, but then I listened to it. I really got a lot out of it, and I'm going to listen to it again. It's a little bit difficult to listen to because there's a huge section in the book which is like meditations, and she also teaches tapping, which for me, like driving in the car, I couldn't do. I should probably go back and listen to her meditations, which I haven't, so I skipped a lot. Well, like the tapping I listened to but wasn't physically doing because I was driving, and the meditations I didn't listen to because I was driving and I was a bit nervous. But the book itself, like the content about, you know, not judging yourself and not judging others, was so eye-opening, and I could relate. Like I could definitely be less judgmental, as I think everybody could be, of myself, of others. It's really brought into the like a second meaning in the marathoner mantra for me of you do you. Like you do you, but you also have to allow other people to you do you themselves. So even if you don't like what they're doing, maybe they're making, you know, they're not doing what you would do, again judging, you just have to let them, you do you, I'll be here overdoing me, good for you, not for me, etc. So yeah, The Judgement Detox was good. I think everyone should read it, especially people who are a little bit more judgmental than others, even if they're just judging themselves. It was good. But like I said, if you were gonna pick one Gabby Bernstein book to start, I cannot recommend The Universe Has Your Back enough. Then I read Becoming by Michelle Obama, which was the first this year in the Mare Reads Book Club. Loved it. It's a hefty read. It's chronological. Oh my God. Not words, not English, my God. Yesterday after yoga, I went and did my radio show, and again, I was like, these are not the speaking. No, this is not making sense. Okay, anyway, it's chronological of her growing up and then getting into the White House, etc. It was really interesting because obviously like I knew a little bit about Michelle Obama and I knew she was a badass, but I didn't know to what extent. So I would recommend it for sure, whether you listen to it or you read it. It was really good. I've already lent it out to a girlfriend, and when my mom gets back to town, I think she wants to read it. Number 3 was one that I was totally gonna skip and not tell you that I read, but I have a feeling eventually it will come up again. So I'm just gonna tell you, please don't judge me. I read The Ultimate Weight Loss Solution by Phil McGraw. Like Dr. Phil. Yes, I did. And while I didn't adopt his like diet, I did find it very helpful. And I have now, since the middle of January, consistently been losing weight. I didn't weigh myself this week, but I was at about 12 pounds lost. And so that paired with a few other things that I've been doing helped me for sure. I think he just had a lot of like psychological stuff behind it. Like, anyways, that could be a whole other video if you're interested. I'm hesitant to talk about my weight loss just because I have so many times in the past. But I know it's something that we all struggle, well, not we all struggle with. Many of us struggle with finding the right way to do it and what works for us. So maybe I will. I'd like to talk about it because I like to be an open book with you, but it just is like another, like, some of you have probably been with me since the beginning, like whenever I did Weight Watchers 1,000 years ago. Anyway, I read that book, or I listened to it, and it was a lot of like, oh, I'm not the only one who feels that way, or like, oh, that's an easy solution to this, or oh, I don't have to repeat history. Like, it was good. It was good. It was good. Okay. The next one I read is called Wild Like Me by Louise Pentland. She's one of my absolute favorite YouTubers, and this was her debut novel. It came out a couple years ago, and I'd actually already read it, but I listened to it, and I listened to it so quickly. It was so entertaining. It's chick lit, it's about a single mom and her young daughter and dating, and I really liked it. And I've since purchased the sequel, but I haven't started reading that yet. But I really liked it. I listened to it on Audible, and it was really cool. Yeah, so that's what I read in January. February I listened to This Will Only Hurt a Little by Busy Phillips, and I didn't really know much about her. It was just a book that honestly, it kept coming up. It kept coming up. It kept coming up in my like suggested feed. And I really liked it. She was on Dawson's Creek and Cougar Town, and now she has Busy Tonight, which is a talk show. And so it was cool because she's like really, she's been in Hollywood for a long time. She was also on Freaks and Geeks. So it's cool. And she like is a no holds barred kind of person. So talking about like sexual harassment in the workplace and like just a lot of stuff that she's been through it was really good. It was a really entertaining listen. I found myself laughing out loud because she's an actress. She has a really good delivery and doing voices. It was good. Then number 6 was Eleanor, Oliphant is Completely Fine, which was in the Mare Reads book club. That was our last one that we read before. Oh, we're just gonna enjoy this one, okay. It wasn't my favorite, honestly. It took me so long to get into it, and then by the end I was just reading it because I needed to finish it for the book club meeting. There were some people in the Facebook group when we did the Facebook Live who really liked it, which was nice to hear. But I myself, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if I'd listened to it, I would have liked it more. The story was super unique. The cover said it was funny, but it wasn't. I found it more heartwarming. And then at the end, I did find it inspirational because of things that happened. But it wasn't what I was expecting. I'm still excited for the movie though. Okay, and then number 7 is The Gifts of Imperfection by Brene Brown. Loved it. There's just nothing that Brene touches that I don't freaking love. She is doctor. She studies shame and vulnerability. And I know that doesn't sound super sexy, but it is. It's so good. The Gifts of Imperfection was really good. Daring Greatly, Braving the Wilderness. I think I've only got like maybe one more of her books to read. The only thing I didn't like with the one that I did is I listened to it and it wasn't her reading it. And I really like her candor and her delivery, and but it was still good. I would recommend The Gifts of Imperfection to anyone. It was probably the easiest listen of hers. Like the other ones can be quite scientific and quite involved. Daring Greatly, I think I've read twice now. Yeah, but The Gifts of Imperfection, if you've never listened to or read anything by Brene Brown, she's awesome. If you want to start, she has, I think, 3 episodes of Oprah's Super Soul podcast, which is really interesting. And she was a guest on the Armchair Expert podcast, which y'all know is one of my favorites. So however you want to get a little Brene in your life, cannot recommend it enough. And anytime I talk about her, I have to say, universe, I would just like to be in the same room as her, listening to her talk. That needs to happen at some point in my life. So those are the 7 books that I've read so far this year. What are you reading? What would you like to read? If you have any suggestions for the Mare Reads Book Club, let me know. I already know what we're gonna read next. And it's not a new one for me. It's one that I love and I have listened to so many times that if you haven't, I just wanna like give this gift to so many of you. I've done a couple of those now where like, I've already read them, but I recommend them. I kind of want to pepper those throughout the book club so it's not just new to all of us. It's fun, I think, to experience a book together so we can all have a reaction, but then there's ones that I just really want to impart to you. So that'll be the next one. If you are interested, like I said, we are going through Girl Wash Your Face right now by Rachel Hollis. And then we'll meet on the 25th. So you still have plenty of time. It's a really quick listen. I think it's only like 6 hours or so, maybe 7. So anyway, that's it. That's my update. And I'm not gonna go back to bed, but I would really like to. I may go work from bed. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go edit this from my bed, although it's not really great for a sore back now, is it? Should I just do my videos this close? We are not an ASMR channel. No, we are not. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you're reading, what you would like to read, what you would like in the book club. Yeah, and I'll see you soon. I'm coming to Alberta in May if you're interested. And I have some really exciting announcements coming up, probably maybe one in March, but definitely in April. So stay tuned. I need to go back to work on those things. Thanks for watching. Lace up, subscribe, become a marathoner. Life's not a sprint, it's a marathon. And I'll see you in the next one. I'll see you Thursday. Bye.